Welcome to Mock the Mock, where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. I have a great one for you today. We're going to be traveling over to CBS, taking a look at my personal favorite draft analysis, my favorite voice in the draft community, Mike Renner and his mock draft. So let's get into this sucker. Current draft order, don't know if there's trades, so let's go ahead and dive in. Pick one. Tennessee Titans go with Ruben Bain, Jr. edge out of Miami. So if they do stay put, so I'm assuming there's probably not trades in this, but if they stay put, I think Bain is kind of the option. I know the hot name, the name everyone is jumping on the hype train for is Arvell Reese. Bain's just more put together as a pass rusher. He's going to be a little thicker. And by more put together, I mean just currently Bain rushes with a pass rush game plan. He's got a arsenal of pass rush moves. Reese, he's currently in the mix of playing edge, blitzing, off-ball linebacker. So when he does come in as a pass rusher, he's winning with explosiveness and power. So I kind of lean Bain in that regard. Let's move on to pick two because holy smokes. The New York Giants are going to go with Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson. Let's read this one. The Giants already have one of the most feared pass rushers in the NFL. Talking about sexy Dexy right there. Oh, pass rushes. So it's probably talking about Kayvon Thibodeau, just everyone all together. Brian Burns, Abdul Carter. But they have one of the least feared front sevens against the run. Woods would not only add to the former, but also transform the latter. I don't disagree. They did draft Darius Alexander this last draft cycle. Let's see his snap total, because I don't think he's been on the field a ton this year. Yeah, he's played in 10 of their games. He's just under 200 snaps. It's kind of been okay. So, yeah, I mean, Alexander to be a part of the rotation. Woods, you would have as a primary starter. That would be terrifying. This is a class where it's like, okay, well, there's really not a consensus quarterback that is going to be at the top of everyone's big board. There's just not. There's limited blue chip prospects, I would say, in this class. So some of these other positions are going to be pushed higher. So taking like a defensive tackle at pick two, it seems a little rich. But when you consider the rest of the talent in the class, because Peter Woods is, in my opinion, a top 10 pick. But yeah, he could get definitely pushed up. The Cleveland Browns are going to take Ty Simpson, quarterback out of Alabama. So I just talked about in my stock report video yesterday about Ty Simpson and his game against Oklahoma. It wasn't a great game. It wasn't. Am I saying Ty Simpson is like the perfect prospect? No. Am I saying he's a terrible prospect? No, he's somewhere, I think, in between. I think he's got a good, not great arm. I think that's kind of reflected in some of the downfield passing as of the last month. But he could come in, run your offense for a guy that's a first year starter. I mean, he sat behind Jalen Milroe for a hot minute and learned. He steps into being a first-year starter, and he does a lot of NFL things already. Like I'm telling you, a guy that sets his own protections, you just don't see that in college football. So Cleveland, it kind of feels like they're going quarterback. Is it Mendoza? Is it Simpson? It's probably one of those two guys. New Orleans Saints are going to go with Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State. So the injury red flags are kind of a concern with Tyson. None of them really correlate. You had the ACL tear his freshman season. You had the broken collarbone last year, and then he's dealing with a hamstring injury this year. So it's kind of curious to see maybe who gets pushed to the forefront. Does Carnell Tate or Mekhi Lemon make a push for wide receiver one? They did trade Rashid Shaheed. They will be, if you want to help out Tyler Shuck, if you think, hey, maybe he can be that long-term option, then it makes sense to make this pick something that can address helping Tyler Shuck. We love the NFL draft, and now my draft guide is available for purchase. It comes with over 500 player backgrounds and close to 300 player evals. It updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So when I add a new eval or I change my rankings, you're going to be the first to know. It's going to have all the pro day and combine numbers along with analytics. And it's a Google spreadsheet for right now. So you have to include your email with the purchase, but we will be switching over to a website at the end of the year. And if you get it now, it's going to be cheaper now than it will be later. It's a great way to support the channel. And as always, much appreciated, much obliged. Pick 5, New York Jets go with Fernando Mendoza, quarterback out of Indiana. And he's going to be a lot of people's QB1 in this class. Prototypical size at 6'5", 225, good arm. He's made, I would argue, he's made some special throws. He's stepped up in some big moments. Even if there was some, I don't want to call it tension, adversity in those moments, whether you go to the Iowa game, the Oregon game, or even the Penn State game. He stepped up when it mattered, when it counted. I'm curious to see if he's going to have Dante Moore return in this mock, because if so, then it's like, does another quarterback come off the board in this mock? But yeah, Jets, I don't know if you know this, they need a quarterback. They just benched Justin Fields once again. Okay, Las Vegas Raiders pick 6. They go with Arvell Reese, linebacker / edge out of Ohio State. So yes, they got a couple of linebackers on one of your deals. That would make sense. They really don't have a pass rush outside of Max Crosby. Yeah, Max Crosby. I always want to say Mason Crosby. I don't even watch hockey. But yeah, they don't really have a pass rush outside of Crosby. So Reese would kind of like tick 2 different boxes there. And you get him into camp and you figure out what exactly you do want to do with him. I mean, preferably if you're picking him at 6, it's to be a pass rusher, an edge rusher, not a linebacker. But figure that out once you get into camp. Pick 7, Washington Commanders. They go with Carnell Tate, wide receiver at Ohio State. Yeah, Jaden Daniels needs weapons. Terry McLaurin has been sidelined for most of this season. Debo is a free agent after this year. We've seen Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey step up here and there, but still I look at them like they're firmly wide receiver 3s and 4s. You don't have a 2 to McLaurin. I mean, yeah, that 2 is Debo right now, but he's gone next year. And if McLaurin doesn't stay healthy, then your options get even thinner. So yeah, help your rookie quarterback. Why don't you? Pick 8, Los Angeles Rams go with Caleb Downs, safety out of Ohio State. This pick is via the Atlanta Falcons. If you watched me and Hail Mary Sports' 3-round mock draft, I was avidly advocating for Caleb Downs to go to the Rams. They have Quinton Lake and Cam Curl as free agents. So to me, Caleb Downs, I think the fall this is a perfect place to stop it. I like it. I love it. I could use some more of it. But before we jump into pick 9, let me tell you about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. If you take your phone out right now, go to your Google Play Store, your Apple shop. I guess I just kind of outed that I'm an Android guy. But go to the App Store. Download Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code BROSHMO. They match that first deposit up to $1,000 dues. They got weekly best ball, or you can do pick'ems, higher or lower on player stats. You can mix and match your picks. It doesn't just have to be football. It could be basketball. It could be soccer, baseball, hockey, Quidditch even, who knows. But they have promos each and every day for you to take advantage of. The first one being signing up with promo code Broshmo, and they match that first deposit up to $1,000 dues. But as always, play responsibly, play within your means. Pick 9, Cincinnati Bengals go with Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. So I think they got a solid enough back there in Chase Brown. I think free agency is going to offer you some options if you do want to bring in maybe some competition. This pick needs to be defense. It really, really does. Reading the first line here. Obviously, the Bengals need help defensively, yes. But they've spent so much draft capital on that side of the ball in recent years that free agency might be where they have to turn to fix things. I mean, just because you've been crappy at drafting on the defensive side of the ball, I don't think it means you quit drafting on the defensive side of the football. This hasn't been a spot that I've projected Love at. And I mean, dude, our mock drafts have been nothing but where does Jeremiah Love go? Where can he fit? Does he fit here, 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 and here? Bengals haven't been really a team that has crossed my mind. And I don't think it will be one in the future. Oh, shucks. Chris Brazzell, wide receiver out of Tennessee, is going to the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, I didn't see this one coming. Brazzell is a throwback deep threat, 6'5", with exceptional wheels. The Cardinals have really been missing the vertical element to their passing game this season, so Brazzell's 12 deep catches would be a welcome addition. This is high for me. This is pretty high. I think I'd rather make this pick at the top of round 2. Question is, are there going to be guys available there? I mean, I would argue Brazzell could be available there. Maybe a Denzel Boston. I mean, you might have to trade back up into the first round if that is something you're truly looking for. But wow, this is the highest I have seen Brazzell go. This is kind of nuts. Pick 11, my Miami Dolphins. Fins up, baby. Fins up. They go with Spencer Fano. And he's going to list him here as a guard out of Utah, athletic run blocker who you could slot at either guard or tackle. He's played exclusively at right tackle at Utah, so he could play on the right side where we currently have Cole Strange and Austin Jackson. To be fair, James Daniels will be back and healthy, but you might need him to go and play left guard because Jonas Avenea has been a hot mess. So yeah, Fano makes sense. Pick 12, Minnesota Vikings. They go with Jermod McCoy, corner out of Tennessee. Still hoping that he'll return, and we'll get to just get a look at him. Like, okay, are you the same athlete that you were last season? It's not like he was an incredible athlete either, but you want to make sure he hasn't lost a step because he would be corner 1 in this class if healthy. I just truly believe that. So McCoy, glad to see him go here. He did not go in my 3-round mock because me and Alex just decided, let's say he returns just because he hasn't hit the field yet. Dallas Cowboys take David Bailey, edge out of Texas Tech. Yes. Get them defense. I hope they go defense with their next pick as well. But yeah, pass rush, especially after you've acquired Quinnen Williams, it makes sense now. Get some edge rushers that can help hit home there with Donovan Ezaraku. I believe Sam Williams isn't a free agent yet. I'm not sure off the top of my head. We got the Baltimore Ravens going with Keldrick Falk, defensive lineman. Let's call him lineman. He could be tackle, he could be edge, out of Auburn. Now, this will definitely lift the ceiling of your run defense. He's still putting it together as a pass rusher. If you're looking at him as an interior, then he could probably get by with the length and the athleticism as he develops the pass rush tools. Travis Jones is a free agent. So to me, this makes sense. Oh, wow. Kansas City Chiefs are going to go with Francis Maui Noah, offensive tackle out of Miami. Do you, baby? Do you? Yeah, Jawan Taylor. Get him a replacement. You would be drafting Maui Noah as the guy because, well, currently you have Trey Smith there at right guard. Well, maybe he can come in and play a little left guard, and that's currently been Kingsley Sumatea, right? Let's take a quick gander at Sua Matea, who's played good football. That's great. So yeah, you're looking at the right tackle position specifically. I hear that most of the NFL views Maui Noah as a guard, which breaks my heart a little bit. I get it, subpar length, but I think he's athletic enough to stick out at tackle. Pick 16, Houston Texans. This is a popular one. It's Vega Iwane out of Penn State, the guard. Just get the Texans offensive line help. Set it and forget it. It's going to be the popular pick. All right. Carolina Panthers. They go with Avion Terrell, corner out of Clemson. Not going to be every team's cup of tea just because of the size, but he plays with a lot of fight. He's got that dog in him. He's played pretty well this season. I mean, if you're getting him here to the Panthers, he could either play outside or he could play in the slot. That'd be A-okay. They do have Mike Jackson there. They have Shaw Smith-Wade. So you're just adding to that cornerback room, which is never a problem. Detroit Lions at pick 18 go with Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard out of Oregon. They just had Lions, that is, had, golly, why am I blanking? Christian Mahogany go down a few weeks ago. So you could be looking into the future there. Tate Ratledge has played a little bit of center, but for the most part, that's been Graham Glasgow, I believe, playing there at center. So I suppose this could do one of two things. Pregnon will, well, first you're trying to keep a strength to strength, but Pregnon would either shoot Ratledge into center, and Pregnon would, I suppose at this point, compete at guard with Graham Glasgow, or you're just going to replace Christian Mahogany, who has struggled in pass protection, admittedly. So it's fascinating. I'll say that. Hey, Buccaneers go with CJ Allen, linebacker out of Georgia. Reports are positive that he's going to be day-to-day with his injury. I can't remember if they said it was a hamstring or something, but it sounds like he will be playing more football this year, and you love to hear it. The Bucs, they need an heir apparent, not just an heir apparent to Levante David. They need someone that can play next to him if David decides to return for another year. All right, we got Cleveland Browns. This is via the Jacksonville Jaguars. They go with Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle out of Utah. This is a guy that checks a lot of boxes. Has the play been there to warrant a first-round selection? I think so. A top 15? That's where we get in dicey water. He's a guy that I feel like he's a redshirt sophomore. If he returns for another year and continues to develop, he probably is a top 10 pick. The offensive line for the Browns right now, you look at it, I guarantee you it's going to look so different next season. So they're going to have to add some parts this year. Mansour Delane, corner out of LSU, going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He fits that. He fits a Mike Tomlin defense so much. He brings that stank. I think this is good value. He's actually pretty much in this range for me, I believe. When I look at my big board, yeah, he's around this range. I got him at 19 on my current big board. I don't know how much that actually changes because I put this big board together a couple of weeks ago. I've added some evals. Some things have gone down with guys getting benched and whatnot. So there's going to be movement on my board, but this would be a phenomenal pick. The Chargers are going to go with Caden McDonald, defensive tackle out of Ohio State. They will have a couple of guys free agents on the interior there of the defensive line. They can maybe go out in free agency and grab some guys on the offensive interior. Sure. But yeah, McDonald's nice. He's a very high floor player who, I mean, look at Talik Williams. He was a first rounder last year. Very high floor, just an elite run defender who it was trying to put together the pass rush game plan. And McDonald, I would say his floor is a bit higher as a pass rusher. The San Francisco 49ers are going to go with TJ Parker, edge. Out of Clemson, you're going to be having, your two initial starting edges coming off, like, fresh off their season-ending injuries. So, yeah, edge could be a bit vulnerable, and you might want to bring in another guy, especially if you maybe don't love the tackle class. Like, I love Gooseby. I'd be willing to take him here, but is what it is. Parker, very high floor player. Very high floor player. 3-down player that just doesn't have that one trait, I would say, that he can hang his hat on. We got the Cowboys going with Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. So I know Overshown return. I don't know if last night's game was his initial return or if because I think he was fresh off the he was fresh off of the IR. So he returned last night. I think ironically Kenneth Murray had a solid game last night as well, but you can do better than that. I don't think Sanborn, I don't think Murray is stopping me from taking a swing at linebacker. If there's a guy I like here, it's a very good class. Sonny Styles is, in fact, a guy that I like. Chicago Bears, they're going to go with Caden Proctor. Offensive, they're listing him as a guard here out of Alabama. I guess this is maybe a Jonah Jackson replacement. That's how I would see it. Okay, never mind. Okay, Proctor is likely to end up at guard at the next level, but Ben Johnson's offense is one where he can still play tackle because that left tackle position is kind of what you're looking at, right? So they go with Proctor, who checks a lot of boxes when it comes to playing tackle. It's just the feet can be a bit laboring. Can you trust him on an island? He has had struggles here and there, but then he's also had really good games here and there. It just hasn't been consistent enough. Buffalo Bills are going to go with KC Concepcion, wide receiver at Texas A&M. Yo, where's my Makai Lemon, bro? Why does no one like lemon but me? That's not true. Todd McShay loves lemon too. But yeah, I suppose it's a guy that you get Concepcion who opens up that vertical element to the offense. They just don't have that right now. They don't have a consistent guy that can stretch the field vertically. And I mean a consistent guy who can do that. KC Concepcion could definitely be that. Pick 27, Christian Miller, defensive lineman, defensive tackle, going to the Seattle Seahawks. I think this is actually one of the positions that they really don't need. But if you feel like, hey, we could get a guy here that we really like, I guess send it. But I think corner, there's not a guard I like specifically here at the back end of the first. It would be Vega, but he's off the board. But yeah, I think I would want to go corner or maybe even pass rush. New York Jets pick 28 via the Indianapolis Colts. They get Makai Lemon. He finally comes off the board. Golly, what a steal this would be. You get Fernando Mendoza and then you get Makai Lemon. Oh, golly. You love to see it. I love Makai Lemon. You could talk me into him being wide receiver one. Right now, I think you look at Carnell Tate, you look at Makai Lemon, you look at Jordan Tyson, and there's a lot to like about all of those guys. They all do things a little bit. They're different types of wide receivers. who have different types of weaknesses, cons, whatever you want to call it. So it's kind of hard to, it really depends on the team that's drafted. Who is your cup of tea? Who do you want to add to your wide receiver room? Pick 29. Hey, Jake Golday, linebacker at Cincinnati, going to the LA Rams. Oh, I don't mind this one. I love giving Golday a little shine. Nate Landman is a free agent. I think the Rams would be crazy not to bring him back because I think it'd be affordable. He's been a massive playmaker for that defense this year. But if you can't, I think Golday is a good option. I think he is. Pick 30. New England Patriots go with Caleb Tiernan, offensive tackle out of Northwestern. I love Tiernan, by the way. This is one of my favorite prospects in the draft. I liked him coming into the year. He's not going to wow you with necessarily strength or movement skills, but all he does is win. He's played on both the right and the left side of the offensive line. He might have subpar arm length, so a move to guard could be in the cards, but not necessarily. This is the team that took Will Campbell. Pick 31, Kenyon Sadiq going to the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a popular spot for Sadiq if you really don't know where to plop him down on in a mock draft. You just like, oh, well, Eagles could go with a tight end. Dallas Goedert's a free agent. Makes sense. Other spots are like the Bucks, the Broncos, but I feel like the Bucks, they're early enough to where, like, yeah, that's probably where most mocks will place Kenyon Sadiq. Even you make the case for the Chiefs. And then with the final pick in round 1, Denzel Boston, wide receiver out of Washington, going to the Denver Broncos. So, I mean, yeah, you could definitely go with another pass catcher if you want to just surround Bo Nix with a plethora of options and hope one of them hits. Troy Franklin's been playing good football. We've seen Pat Bryant here and there. Marvin Mims is kind of more of a wide receiver 4 gadget return type at this. I think at this point, that's just how Sean Payton views them. They got Cortland Sutton, but you look at the Broncos, it's not a team with a lot of needs. You could probably make the case like, maybe we add more cornerback depth to that room. Because when Surtain went down, it was very apparent. Okay, the cornerback room can be a weakness if we don't got our star player. But that's Mike Renner's mock draft, man. You go ahead and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Before you leave, go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.